So this is a day two of the science of self-learning. So today we are gonna cover principle of self-learning from page one, and so we'll start. So in the past 1900s, learning something new was such harder than it is today. It was harder than before, and people mostly learn in places like schools, labs, or workshops. So these were called institutionalized way of learning. So like places where learning was organized and controlled by others. So people, so like in school, the syllabus was controlled by the teachers. You cannot control anything. The exams, the papers, everything was controlled by others. So you cannot control anything in the school or workshops or labs. And if someone wanted to learn something outside of school, they had to go to night classes or special training schools. It took a lot of efforts to find and understand new information. For example, if you want to learn something new out of the box, like example, if you take something else, that example, a music class or a cooking class, there's not it's not in the school, or you have to learn on your own, so it's much more difficult, or you have to get classes for that thing. So also in these old system, someone like school or parents would decide what you should learn, and you didn't get to choose much for yourself. So for example, getting into education, you don't have the control, and others people decide. So the main message is in the page one is before learning was slow and controlled and difficult. It was slow, difficult, and controlled by different people in your life. And today, thanks to technology, like as you know, now AI is booming. AI, and there's a lot of technology like YouTube and Google. You can learn a lot of things from this. Thanks to technology, you can learn anything, anytime by yourself, and anywhere also you can learn anything. So that's what self-learning is all about. So we are on page number two of principles of self-learning, and we're going to talk about old ways of learning, like before the 21st century, how was it. So like in the past, learning mostly happened from people like who had power and or authority, like example schools or teachers, professors, etc. And self-learning wasn't taken seriously. It was not serious enough. People don't took it seriously. It was not there was no awareness about it, and people believed that if you did a qualification from a well-known school or college, it didn't count. Many schools were there from where you get education, but there's a certain, for example, there's in certain schools or colleges, if you have their certificates, you're on a higher level of education, and people count it. So like to get a good job or to be respected, you need to have official certificates or degree. So like a piece of paper you need to have. If you are educated, if you want to show that I'm educated, you need to have a certain certificates or degree that people can identify you, and that prove you are qualified. So like there are gatekeepers like people or system that made it hard for you to rise unless you followed that path. For example, if you wanted to be a computer programmer in the 1980s, you had to go to college, get a degree, and get hired by a company. If you thought you and if you taught yourself at home, people wouldn't believe you were good at it. So this were the old ways of learning. How used people learn in the 1900s before 21st century. So this were the way. So now, new way of learning, like today in the 21st century, as we are in the 21st century. So things have completely changed. Everything has completely changed, like thanks to the internet and the technology. So now you can learn anything online. like history, science, business, coding, art, and many more things you can learn, and without going to college. That's the main thing. At your home, on a computer or a laptop, you can, or even on your mobile phone, you can learn what you want to learn. And like websites like YouTube, Coursera, Udemy, or free ebooks give you knowledge that used to be locked inside school. So previously you didn't have any access to the internet, or these type of websites didn't existed, or content creators were not there to make their videos, to make the content. So thanks to the internet and YouTube, Coursera, you can go and learn on all this platform. And some platforms are paid and some are free. So basically you can learn on the internet absolutely for free. And anyone with the internet access can learn and learn at their own pace and in their own way. So in the school, if you go in the school, you need to be with the teacher, be with the pace of the teacher. But in with the help of the internet access, you can learn at your own pace and in your own way. So for example, today someone can learn graphic design on YouTube for free, build a portfolio, and get hired by a company. That's simple. So like without ever going to a design school, just on your home, on your laptop, you learn, you practice, you work for someone on free projects, and boom, you get hired by a company. That's simple. So we're going to talk about the benefits and challenges of self-learning. So as you know, there's good part also and a hard part also of everything. So there's also a good part in this and a hard part in this. So the good part is you choose what you learn, what you want to learn. So you can create your own learning path. If you want to learn geography, you can learn geography. You can learn history, science, or any subject or any language. You can learn on your own. So, and the hard part is you need more motivation and discipline. Like there's no teacher or school. You have to guide yourself. It can feel like lonely and hard at times because you're doing it all by yourself. So yeah, it's hard if you don't have the surrounding, or you don't have the people around who are doing the same thing as you're doing doing it. So it's get harder sometimes because you need to have motivation, discipline, consistency. Then only you can learn a skill or anything on your own. And for example, if you are going to school, there's 50 people in your classroom that doing the same thing that you're doing. So that's the hard part of self-learning. And for example, learning to play guitar by watching videos take discipline, right? Right. There's no one to check if you're practicing daily. You have to push yourself. So it's a little bit hard if you do self-learning, but you can do it if you're consistent and disciplined and you want to achieve something in your life. So you can do. We are now on the page number 3, and in this page, it's what the book will help you with. So it's 4 things here. First one is get inspired to learn. It will inspire to learn new skills, new things as you want. Second thing is make a simple learning plan. So it will help you to make a simple plan that will help you to learn new skills. And the third one is build a habit of learning every day. This is a main thing that many people lack. It's consistency. If you're not consistent in anything, you cannot learn anything or achieve anything. And the fourth thing is take control of your own learning. So you can control how you learn. And for example, you want to learn photography. So what you have to do, so watch one video each day and practice with your phone. That's simple. So the next thing is who is a self-learner. Okay, so a self-learner, also called an autodidact. Autodidact is also a self-learner. Both are the same thing. So is someone who learns on their own. For example, they use books, videos, podcasts, or online classes to learn. Like that. Example: a boy learns to make apps by watching free coding lessons online. So it's a self-learner, self-learning. It's all about self-learning. And the second thing is anyone can be a self-learner. So some people might think I cannot learn myself, or I cannot self-learn. So the book says it doesn't matter how old are you or where you come from, anyone can learn anything if they want. Example: an older woman learns to bake by watching cooking videos on YouTube. So you can do on your own. You can be an autodidact or a self-learner, as you want to say. So the next thing is what makes a good self-learner. So being a self-learner doesn't depend on age, gender, background. So what matters is you really want to learn. You are serious about learning, and you think carefully and ask good questions. You think you listen properly. You think carefully and ask good questions that says that you're paying attention what you're learning. And third, you plan your learning and stick to it. As it is, you need to be stay consistent, and you can study without reading needing a school or teacher. So as usual, if you're self-learning, you don't need a teacher or a school. You can self-learn. And self-learning is a skill. So like self-learning takes practice. It can be hard at first, but with the right mindset it gets easier and more powerful if you stay focused. So you can understand new things deeply. If you are learning new skill, you can understand new things deeply. You can become expert over time. As you practice and practice and practice, you can become an expert at one time, and you enjoy learning even when it's challenging. That's a great thing. You'll enjoy learning even it's challenging because you are focused. You want to learn something new, and you can do it. For example, a man struggles to learn public speaking. He struggles, but he keeps practicing with videos and mirror exercise. That's a great example. If you're struggling, you can do mirror exercise or with videos. After a few months, he speaks in front of a crowd.